Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, for this Nintendo News Daily. Before we jump into it, remember these streams are powered by Elgato, n64josh.com/Elgato. They got all kinds of great deals this Black Friday, so make sure to go and check out the selection. One of the things in particular, the prompter here, which is something I use every day, whether I'm making my shorts or I'm making ads. This thing comes in so handy. So really highly recommend it. n64josh.com/Elgato. Today's show, we're going to be talking handful of headlines, and then we are going to be looking at a DuskBlood rumor, leak, whatever the case may be. I also just want to get very familiar with this game, so it'll kind of be an overview of what this game is, and then looking at what this potential leak is saying, because it's got some pretty cool information, honestly, if true. So, as always, grain of salt. I want to say what's up to Byzantinium. How's it going? And Nady Nay is here, up bright and early. We do this at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So all my West Coasters, you guys are up super early for this. But welcome on in, everybody. So glad to see you. Let's jump into this. I cannot see the game Nier and not think of Brian. And Nier Automata finally lands a Switch 2 compatibility update. This is from Nintendo Life. It says Nintendo released its latest firmware update for the Switch 2 last night, ushering in a handful of general improvements for the console. Alongside these tweaks, the update also appears to have coincided with some compatibility fixes, including one title we've been waiting to see up and running for a while, Nier Automata. And looks like they got the heads up from My Nintendo News. Square Enix and Platinum Games sci-fi ARPG has long been sitting in a pretty bad way on Switch 2, with many users reporting frequent crashes when trying to get it up and running on the new hardware. A glance at Nintendo's capability information site before today listed Nier Automata as unsupported. Problems with its game progression have been found, but all that seems to be in the rear view with the new system update. So as of the 25th of November, the game's listing has been updated as supported on Switch 2. Nintendo Life also gave this game a 9 out of 10. I've only played very little. This is one I need to I need to remedy that and spend more time with this series, I think. And I know Brian would agree. I see Steak is here. Welcome on in. Good to see you. But yeah, if you've been wanting to go back to this game, maybe you have it in your library, you wanted to play it again on your Switch 2, it is finally up and running. Okay, well, is Pokemon's Cafe new Mega Dimensions menu teasing some returning legendaries? And it says these donuts sure do look familiar. Article reads, if you've been paying attention to the recent trailers from Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC, you'll no doubt know that donuts are a pretty big role to play in the dimension hopping. Oh, I mean, what did you expect? It's Pokemon. The Pokemon Cafe's new menu looks to bring these sweet treats into the real world, but it also might be teasing that a pair of legendary Mon will make their return in the DLC. It says, yep, in the world we live in, Pokemon spoilers can come from anywhere, even donuts. This is hilarious. But come on, take a look at the above two baked goods currently appearing under the tentative titles of Red Donut and Blue Donut on the Pokemon Cafe's Pikachu's Sweets website, and tell us that you don't see Gen 3 legendaries Groudon and Kyogre, I think is how you say it. And I mean, these donuts definitely resemble these two Pokemon. Now, the question is, and I'll ask you guys, do you think they would leak something like this via donuts? I mean, I think it's completely feasible. It could happen. It could happen. It's going to be very funny to me if this is true and not just some kind of a coincidence, but who knows? It might be the case that that we're going to see these donuts in actually representing legendaries that are coming to ZA. Absolutely hilarious. I'm here for it if that's the case, and keep them coming. If you want to keep leaking Pokemon, leak them via donut. I don't mind at all. Sonic Racing Crossworlds Pac-Man DLC pack arrives early 2026, and there is a trailer up, and it shows Pac-Man in a Sonic outfit, which is hilarious. Joey, real quick, says leaks from donuts sounds like a hole in the strategy. Here we go. Just with the dad jokes nonstop. So yeah, Sega announced that the August Pac-Man and the iconic rival Ghosts will be joining Sonic Racing Crossworlds in early 2026. Now, there's supposedly been an in-game leak, which potentially narrows the window down to January. Along with this look at Pac-Man and his vehicle against the backdrop of this new themed level, it's probably best to treat this as a rumor for now. But if it is the real deal, it wouldn't be a surprise, as they have already been multiple Sonic Racing Crossworlds DLC leaks. So you can see Pac-Man in a car, Sonic in a car. You can get an idea of what the course looks like. There's a post on X from 8TB. And wow, you guys are still going on. Like, I mean, this is just a leaky episode, apparently. Steak said, never want a leaky donut. Nady Nay says, do not leak stuff anymore. Like, you guys are out of control. You're absolutely out of control. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. So, I love all these crossovers in Sonic Cross Worlds. Like, it fits the name. They are doing some fantastic work. Like, it's giving Fortnite vibes, really, with all of these different crossovers that they're doing. And I think it's great. I think it is great. I will probably pick this game up when it comes to Switch 2. I wasn't going to go out of my way to play it on the Switch 1. I just didn't. It just did not seem worth it to me, and I didn't care to get it on Xbox because I don't typically fire it up. Like, I play Fortnite on there, and that's about it. And that's when I'm not playing it on PC. So Cryptic is here. What's going on? Good to see you, my man. So, but I know a lot of people love it. Probably get a few races with the community in Sonic Crossworlds. So, and just all the DLC that they're doing is honestly very, very impressive and super cool. So that's part of the draw, honestly. Are you guys like me and you get random notifications from Nintendo at like 7, 8 o'clock at night? I mean, obviously it depends on your time zone. This never fails. I get so excited. I see a tweet come in and I'm like, oh, what are they announcing right now? What's happening? Nintendo Music Update adds Super Mario Party plus Jamboree plus Jamboree TV album, including 296 tracks over 6 hours of music. 6 hours of music. It's absolutely crazy. That is wild. That is wild. These games, like, I will say this, one of the things I've been doing more often as I'm playing is just trying to focus on the music a bit more. Playing with a little bit, some better headphones as of recent, and really just trying to pay attention to the music. And so much of it is so good, like just so good. And so I love seeing more tracks getting added to Nintendo Music. It is something that I use fairly regularly. It is an app that I enjoy. So here we go. Let's see. Moving right along here, Assassin's Creed Shadows cross Attack on Titan collab announced. I got nothing on this one, you guys, as far as like hype levels go, but the tweets that I was seeing and the response to this seem pretty cool. So this is from Nintendo Life. It says Assassin's Creed Shadows is on its way to Switch 2 this December, and ahead of the big release, Ubisoft has announced a new collab with the popular manga and anime series Attack on Titan. I want to say I might have played a Switch 1 game, Attack on Titan, that it just had these like, I think it was just the Titans, these really, really big dudes that you were trying to fight. Like, I don't really remember it. I just remember it kind of being strange and that they needed more clothes. That's literally all I remember. So, oh, interesting. Cryptic was saying, I tend to play handheld with sound muted. Only when a cutscene happens do I turn the sound on. Very interesting. So, oh, Nate's favorite game. Yes, of course it is. Well, back to the article here. It says the Assassin's Creed Shadows Attack on Titan event officially gets underway on the 25th of November and runs until the 22nd of December. So it will still be live when the Switch 2 version is released. Here are the details from Ubisoft's official site. With a kidnapped Titan shifter as their weapon, a mysterious power-hungry faction has infiltrated feudal Japan, setting their sights on total domination. But when an attempt to rescue the shifter fails, the lone survivor, with a dark secret, recruits Noe and Yusuke to help her stop the group from unleashing the terror of a Titan on Japan. The quest giver is the Yashimiro region, north of Hananzo Tower. The icon is displayed on the map. Note that the quest will not be within the objective board until the player interacts with the quest giver. Unlock conditions: unlock Yasuki as a playable character. During the quest, players can find customizations for their hideout, banners, and a statue. And upon quest completion, players will earn a crystal katana from Neo. So pretty cool stuff, honestly. Like, even if I don't have much, I'm not really into the series. I'm not even that much into Assassin's Creed, to be perfectly honest. These kind of collabs, I think, are pretty rad. Like, I think it's pretty cool stuff. So, really excited to see. Is this the start of something more from Assassin's Creed games? Which is like, it's kind of strange to see. They're usually so, what I would say, grounded in reality, but this is going way, way outside of the realm of reality, but maybe it's going to be best for the series. And I mean, obviously not completely grounded in reality, but they're, because I understand they're like traveling through time and all that kind of stuff, but the gameplay from what I played with the past Assassin's Creed games seemed like they were a bit more realistic than adding anime style missions and stuff like that. So Nate says, "Isn't Attack on Titan that cartoon?" Wow, here we go. I see Brandon is here. What's going on? Good to see you, my man. So cool stuff coming from Ubisoft. Looks like Metroid Prime 4's official rating summary spotted on the ESRB website. Here's what it has to say. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is rated T for teen with animated blood, interesting, and violence. Also includes in-game purchases. This is a first-person adventure game in which players assume the role of a space bounty hunter who must find a way home. Players explore a planet to uncover its mystery while engaging in combat against alien creatures and space pirates. Players use power beams, missiles, and elemental attacks to battle enemies in frenetic combat. Combat is highlighted by blaster effects, frequent explosions, and screen shaking effects. A handful of alien creatures and boss characters emit blue and green blood when shot. And it looks like, as previously mentioned, the age rating is consistent with the main Metroid Prime games before the fourth entry. And once again, here's the the ESRB's basic summary of this particular age rating. So for teen, content is generally suitable for ages 13 and up, may contain violent, suggestive themes, crude humor, minimal blood, simulated gambling, and infrequent use of strong language. So I'm so excited for this. I went and tried to find the playable demo at Target. No luck. I went back to the Switch section, got on their kiosk, and it was, I think the only demos were like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, unfortunately. So the kiosk here not updated. I'm still going to check Walmart, but my gut feeling is that if a rep showed up to update one of the kiosks, he probably would have done both. So I could be wrong, but so we'll just have to wait and see. I will check Walmart probably later today to see if they did update that one. But I'm thinking my best bet may be to take a bit of a longer trip over to Best Buy. Oh, Nate says, referring to the Ubisoft stuff, I think the word you're looking for is desperation, just to stay afloat. I get it. I totally get what you're saying. So a little bit more Assassin's Creed news here. Assassin's Creed Shadows beefy Switch 2 file size has been revealed. And yeah, it's not small. 62.8 gigs on the Switch 2. Storage is going to be a premium. Here's a bit of reference from the article here from Nintendo Life. Cyberpunk is 60 gigs, Madden is 57, Yakuza 45, Split Fiction 69, and Final Fantasy 90 to 95 gigs, which is crazy. That's a lot. That is a lot. So let's transition from the news here and jump on over into some DuskBlood's chat, because there's some pretty cool stuff, and I'm more excited for this game after hearing about these leaks due to what they could mean if they are real. So as long as it's not false, this has got me extra hype. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. Well, first of all, let's talk about the DuskBloods. What is this? What is this game? We saw it in the Switch 2 Direct. It got a lot of people really excited. It is from FromSoftware. So I'm just going to take a look at their at the Wikipedia page here. It says the DuskBloods is an upcoming action role-playing game by FromSoftware for the Nintendo Switch 2, a multiplayer game. It supports up to 8 players and features both PvP and PVE, so player versus player and player versus environment gameplay. Players choose from over a dozen vampire-like characters known as Bloodsworn, each possessing unique weapons and abilities to compete in matches across various maps. The synopsis: as humanity reaches its end, a source known as the First Blood flows. With this comes the twilight of humanity, where locations across time and space coverage. Converge. Their Bloodsworn are to fight beings who, through blood, have surpassed the limits of humanity. DuskBloods is a multiplayer action role-playing game that features player versus player, like we said. Players choose from over a dozen Bloodsworn vampire-like characters, each possessing unique weapons, including firearms and abilities, to compete across various maps. Players can customize their character in a dedicated hub area. Lore fragments are integrated into character customization items, specifically within each character's blood history and fate, which reveals details about the game world. By customizing a character's blood history and fate, players can adjust attributes such as abilities, appearances, and characteristics, as well as their in-game role. These roles assign specific responsibilities and objectives during matches. For example, the Destined Rivals role requires a player to find and defeat a designated rival, while the Destined Companion role tasks a player with seeking out a designated ally, earning a special reward. To aid in combat, players can summon companions. An event system may dynamically influence matches by introducing elements such as special enemy spawns and additional objectives that offer bonus rewards. Players earn victory points, which determine the outcome of a match through direct combat or more strategic actions. A match concludes when only one player remains. Upon completion, players receive rewards regardless of the outcome, which can be used for character customization. So this honestly sounds really cool to me. I have not spent much time like looking into this one. I'm not like the I have nothing against FromSoftware games. I have picked up, the Dark Souls games. I'm looking forward to eventually playing Elden Ring, and I think this. I think this is going to be huge for the Switch. Honestly, I think this is going to be really, really big for the Switch too. I think it's going to move consoles. I think it is 100% the right play for Nintendo to have a game like Nintendo themselves. They do not have mature games. Like they haven't for years. Basically, since I think Eternal Darkness, probably the last mature Nintendo game. Right now, we are getting a first party exclusive from FromSoftware, and the conversations that were continually around Bloodborne and being a PlayStation exclusive. I'm hoping that we see something very similar when it comes to the DuskBloods on the Switch too. Now let's dive into the leak here. I want to grab a chat real quick. Cryptic says, FromSoftware makes fun, difficult games. It's a get in the zone and focus single player game for me. Learning patterns and also relying on teammates to know patterns can be frustrating in a bad way. Very interesting. And I do wonder where the I want to continue learning more about this game, but where those lines cross in this one as far as PVE and PVP, I think is quite interesting. So taking a look at the article from Nintendo Life, the headline reads, "The DuskBloods could be FromSoftware's most ambitious game yet, according to leak." The Switch 2 exclusive has been a long time coming. The DuskBloods, being that it's a FromSoftware joint and all that good stuff, is certainly high on our list of things that we are excited about arriving on Switch 2 in the near future. However, given that it's a multiplayer type deal in the same vein as the studio's divisive Elden Ring Night Rain, we understand that there's a little more trepidation surrounding it, or at least that's how it felt. Solo FromSoftware efforts get big thumbs up very quickly, it seems, but words like multiplayer or even online might make you feel it's not a full fat adventure from the Dark Souls studio. Perhaps it's understandable, and yet according to a new leak surrounding the game, as reported by Vice, the DuskBloods has been cooking longer and having more consideration put into it than any of FromSoft's work thus far. Super Power Man bringing the correction here. The We had Mad World and the Wii U and Switch Bayonetta as mature games. Correct. I just don't think they are Nintendo. Well, even I would say Perfect Dark on the 64 was probably the last one, because I'd have to look. I can't remember if Eternal Darkness is first party or not, now that I think about it. So I'd have to double check on that one. So, but yes, great catch there, Super Power Man, Mad World, and Bayonetta as mature games. Good call out there. Let's see. Nadine says, I usually stay far from soft. The combat is just too slow and methodical for me. Wow. So Here's what the leak is saying. From what I know, the DuskBloods was greenlit even earlier than the marketing period for Sekiro's release. It is the FromSoftware title that has spent the longest time purely on gameplay, prototyping, and validation among all of their games so far. Although it's PVE and PVP, it reportedly contains many innovative elements the team themselves are very proud of. Here's what I would honestly love to see. It would be fantastic if this is the game that takes the bad taste out of people's mouths when they think about a multiplayer FromSoft experience. That would be amazing. And I would be so stoked for that. I'm honestly very, very curious about this game. The multiplayer aspect to it, depending on how it all plays out. And like I said, I want to dig a little bit deeper into the game as a whole and learn more about it. There's so much about it that is very strange. Like, we have this trailer running, and there's like a looks like a random dinosaur is just swallowing somebody whole. Like, there's a lot of craziness going on here. This, to me, it feels like FromSoftware may want to be they may want to prove something here. You know, if Elden Ring Night Rain is not quite delivering the way people are hoping, I'm wondering if they're looking at that, looking at what's not going well, and then being able to fix it, and then present the DuskBloods. And the fact that they've been working on it longer than any of their games, and you know, if this leak or rumor is true, that the team themselves are very proud of what they're doing, those all sound like good things to me. Those sound like good things. So I'm hopeful for this one. I want to dig more into it, and it is going to be a day one for me regardless, because I want to try it, let you guys know what I think. And like I said, after learning about these, like digging into these leaks a little bit more, I'm like, okay, the art style and everything, I'm kind of getting a little bit of Bayonetta, which I am a big fan of that series. It also just seems like there's almost like some steampunk going on. The vampire aspect of it seems pretty cool. I'm very curious. I love PvP, so that's a big win for me. Is there also going to be some like Monster Hunter vibes potentially? Like, is that a possibility as well? So quite a few things have me pretty stoked for this game, and I cannot wait to learn more. Honestly, I can't. So I want to hear from you guys. What are you thinking about the DuskBloods? Do these leaks get you any more excited? Let me know in the comments, or in the comments on YouTube or Spotify. Love to hear your thoughts. And with that, we're going to wrap it up here. Remember, play it loud.